Hey guys, so today has been an absolutely gorgeous day. It doesn't look it now, but you know, it had been absolutely beautiful outside. So I went for a walk, intending to film outside, but it was very windy, unfortunately, so I couldn't actually get much footage, but I did get a few little bits, and yeah, so I'm gonna put those at the end of this video. And also, I went to the bookshop to collect a couple of books that I had ordered, and I'd gone in there intending to say, I'm not going to buy anything other than the books that I ordered. First thing I saw when I walked in the door, a new Sophia Kinsella book. Just typical, so I couldn't leave it there. So I ended up buying it, and it was expensive. It was €16. It's a big book though, and it is Sophia Kinsella, and it's brand new, so, you know, you pay for what you get. And it sounds really, really good actually, and what on earth is that smell? I probably stood on something and it's leaking all over the floor now. That's besides the point. Anyway, this is about a girl who, she gets drunk one night and she loses her engagement ring. And it's been in the family for like generations, and she's, you know, she's going a little crazy. So she goes back to the place that she was in to see if she can find the ring. And she also lost her phone there that night. So she found a phone in the bin while she was there. And she says, well, finders keepers, so she keeps the phone. And then she gets phone calls from this guy who is the owner of the phone, and he wants his phone back. And, you know, it turns into this whole story about the two of them. So, you know, I think it's pretty cool. I think it's going to be hilarious. I love her books. She is so funny. Like, if you ever have a bad day, you need to read one of her books because it will make everything better. She's just amazing. I've never read anything funnier than her books. She's just brilliant. Anyway, the books I ordered were Delirium, which, honestly, I'm not really sure what this is about. It was one of the ones that Elle Fowler recommended. But, or did she? No, she didn't, I don't think. Maybe she did, I can't quite remember. But it's by the author Before I Fall, which is an absolutely great author. She's really good. That book is phenomenal. I have it over there. It's one of my favourites. So, you know, I was really looking forward to getting this, and honestly, I can't remember what it's about. Oh, I remember. Yes, she did recommend it. I remember now. It's about this girl who, she's in a society where love is an illness. It's treated as a disease, and you must get an injection, like when you're in your teens or something like that, that will cure you from getting this disease, which is love. And, you know, it's all about how they're kind of trying to make love a bad thing, and so it sounds really interesting. I think it sounds really good anyway. Go look at this up. I think it's going to be amazing. And the last book I got, which is pretty darn huge, I did not expect it to be this big, was Battle Royale, which is, it's by an Asian author, like he's Japanese, and this is pretty much the most famous dystopian novel going. Like, you may think the Hunger Games are big, but if you go to Asia, this is everywhere. And they actually, there was a big controversy going around that Suzanne Collins, is that who she is? Yes, Suzanne Collins actually copied this book because they're almost exactly alike, but this book came out first, but I don't think it was even in English when Suzanne Collins came out with her Hunger Games, so they kind of let her go and say, you know, probably just that they both had a similar theme. So this is a book about school kids killing each other, very simply. They're all taken to a deserted island where they're forced to kill everybody until there's one person left. And yeah, I think it's pretty huge. It's been made into movies, animes, mangas, you name it, they have got something for this. And it's not even just in Japanese that they've made these. I'm sure there's a Taiwanese one as well. I can't guarantee that though. I might be just spouting out my hole here. But as far as I know, they've made them in several different languages. It's phenomenal. I have some of the manga up there too on my shelf, and it's just incredible. So yeah, definitely go check this out. It is a little pricey. I paid $12.60 for it, but it is huge. See? Big book. So yeah, I was so excited to hear that this was translated into English, so I have to go and get it, of course. But yeah, that is pretty much it. Now I will leave you with the wonderful footage of my hometown. I'll probably put a little clip saying what each area is, by the way, just so you know. Okay, so that little stone building there, that's the museum in the town. I've never actually been in there, but it's It's a nice looking building. It's tiny. It's absolutely tiny. We're a pretty famous town, all things considered, so I'm sorry, there's a hair over by the camera. It's a pretty famous town, so I'm wondering why it's such a tiny museum that we have here, and like, not even the schools. Like, the schools don't bring you to the museum, so like, I know no one who has actually entered that building, but you know, I don't know. I'd love to go in there someday. I might try it sometime during the summer. They might have it open, so yeah. Next you're going to see one of the main church in the town. It's pretty big. You're going to see this again in June, I think. Yeah, I think it's June. There's a festival here that I'm taking part in, and I'm going to be doing some filming around the place for it. So you're going to be seeing this church and 2 others as well, which is going to be pretty cool. And yeah. Okay, so do you see that little kind of miniature church over there in the distance? That is our local post office, which is pretty cool. And it may give you a little hint as to where I'm living. I'm not going to say why, but you know. And this is pretty much Ireland at its finest. In case you're wondering, it's a really nice day today. It had been sunnier earlier, but you know, that's the way it is. A bit windy though. Welcome to Ireland. And that's the main road in this town. It's really ever so pretty out here. The other side of the river. It's really gorgeous right here. I love the kind of old. Really pretty. So it's pretty much a typical kind of Irish town slash village. Every village or town you see is going to look pretty much like this. Okay guys, so this is the local quay, and we used to have boats and stuff coming in here the whole time back in the day about 200 years ago. This is where the boats would come in, and this is such a lovely area. Like, I'm right next to a main road, but it feels like I'm completely cut off from the entire town, and it's just amazing. Let me zoom in for it. Now that road, if you go out that side of the road, you go to a beach, and on the other side of the road there's also a beach. And I know I'm saying that side, so you probably have no idea what side I'm on about, but you know, it's pretty amazing. And it is such a gorgeous day today. There are birds flying all over my head, and I hope none of them poo on me. It's just so amazing. Oh my goodness, we have a swan! If there's one, there should be 2. And they're gonna think like I'm here to feed them. I better go. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. Isn't that just beautiful? Hello.